Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Gracie. If you're new here, my name is Gracie. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I have something special for us today, which is going to be a tour of my fountain pens. I have slowly been collecting fountain pens. It's not even slow anymore because I pretty much just buy. I'm based in Kenya, so we don't have Amazon, but we have AliExpress and local vendors who stock fountain pens and fountain pen inks. So I'm just going to take you through a tour of my fountain pens. Some are inked, some are not, but I think I'm going to categorize them. I mostly have Jinhaos and Hongdian, and I tested out another brand called Stongo. So this is my collection for now, and I'm just going to talk about each category and do a little bit of like what they're currently inked with, so that you could see how it writes and that whole thing. So I'm just going to grab this wonderful notebook here, which has lovely paper, so we can test them out. So I'm just going to start with this, and if you see these three, they're the Jinhao Dadaos, which is the 1919 collection. This was the first one I ever got, in this wonderful wine red color, and it's in an EF nib. For those who are into fountain pens, Chinese nibs are much broader, so you have quite a broad nib, and even the extra fine nib is it's more like a vine. And I hope you can see it. So it's currently inked with the Sailor Yama something. Let me find it. It's currently inked to the Sailor Okuyama. I mean, it's always been inked to the Sailor Okuyama. I find that they pair so well with like the wine red Jinhao Dada 1919 Sailor Okuyama. It's a pretty heavy ink, so I find that when I use it on my Hobonichi, there's a bit of bleed through, so maybe I could just show you that. But it's not too intense, it's not too bad. Let's use this that has the Tomoe River paper, and so it's not too bad, but it's also a bit of a bleed through, you know. So let's just write. Oh, actually this one holds. Sometimes it does this, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Let's try this. We could try here on our page. Let's try sometime here. So let's do a pen test. It's like slight ghosting, which is not too bad. But yeah. So this is one of my favorites, which is the Jinhao Dada, and I have it in macaroon as well. And the macaroon I have it in the fine, and it's currently into the Colorverse Somnium, which is like a nice green. It's a gorgeous green. Yeah, and last on this deck is the 1916 in the hat nib. This is one of my favorites because it's very light, and it's beautiful to hold, to write with. It's quite gorgeous. I mean, if I get the chance, I would also get another piece. So it holds very well. I quite like it, and it fits so well in my hands. These are the chunky mamas. Like, I love a chunky mama, but sometimes you just want something that's light on the hand, and this fits the bar. I like it. And it's in the hat nib in extra fine or fine. Yeah, it's in a fine. It's a fine nib. Let me try and get. So it's a fine nib. So it's the Jinhao 1916 hat nib in F. You know, I love it. I love it so much. Well, still on the Jinhaos, I do have this too, Jinhao X159. So I have it in the wine red and also the navy blue, and they're both in fine. So this also has a colorless ink, and this has the Pelican royal blue ink. I mean, they write well. I love them. They're pretty chunky, and they go well with a wetter ink. So they flow really nicely, and yeah, I have no complaints. I'm still on the Jinhaos. I have quite a few Jinhaos. So I have the Jinhao 80. So maybe we put this aside and we can talk about this Jinhaos that I have. So this was one of the first fountain pens I got. This is like a dupe of the Lamy something. It looks quite like a Lamy, and it writes really well. It's not inked currently, because I just cleaned it, so I'm yet to ink it, but it writes beautifully. I have no complaints. I've had it for a while. It was one of the first fountain pens I got before I really got into the fountain pens. Now these three are my retractable Jinhaos, and I got the mocha, the marble red, and the marble blue, and they're all in extra fine. I think one of them is fine, but I got them during a sale last year. One thing I found with them is they dry out pretty quickly, so I only try to ink them when I'm using them. That's my only complaint. I saw someone say that I could use Vaseline to, like, I don't know, like season it so that the nib does not dry really quickly. But yeah, they're beautiful. Like, this one is currently inked with Colorless as well, and I don't know which Colorless it is. I think it's currently inked with the Colorless. Sorry. sorry, I'm just trying to find it. This is the blue. Oh yeah, the blue for this one is Planetary Motion. The color was Planetary Motion, and the pink one is called something. I actually like these things. So I might be getting a bigger bottle. I tried that. Yeah. See. Trust me to be clumsy. The color was Conjuncture. Yeah, so it's beautiful. It just writes well, you know. Yeah, but that's my only downside to the Jinhao 10s. They are good, but they need a juicier ink, and I wouldn't fully ink them, but just briefly ink them for when you're using them. Yeah, but they write really well. They're beautiful. They're heavy. The build is quite heavy, so that is a plus if you're a bit heavy handed. The other heavy fountain pens I have are these two by a brand called Stone. This one isn't inked, but it's a full metal bodied fountain pen, and it's beautiful. It's in the EF nib, and I just like it. I know I'm not a fountain pen connoisseur, so I don't know if the nib is stainless steel and all those things, but I just love how it writes. And this too, it's beautiful. This is in the EF nib. It writes quite beautifully, and I've never had issues with it. The ink flows, I think it's because the ink is running out now. I've never had issues with them drying out or anything. They're beautiful. They were on sale for like $4, and I was like, let me try them out. And in this time of discovery, I'm trying to not spend too much on fountain pens until I know what I actually like versus what I don't like. But yeah, these are a plus. Now onto the Hongdians. So I have quite a few Hongdians. But before I go to the Hongdians, I have this honorable mention, so we'll finish with the Hongdians. So this is from a brand called JD988. It's beautiful. I've never found such a lovely pen. The build is gorgeous. The brand is called JD988 on AliExpress. And it doesn't dry out. It's got a beautiful build. I love this gold accents, and it just has this gorgeous color, and it's currently inked with the J. Haben Paris, Jacques Haben Paris writing ink, and I just love it. I always ink it with this. If you haven't noticed the trend just yet, it's so smooth and soft, and it just writes well on the Tomariva paper. And this is a combo, if you know what I'm talking about. But yes, so I love this. And I also have the Hero 9338A in chrome color. I love this color, and it's currently inked with my navy blue ink or blue black ink. It's an EF nib. It writes well. The cap is magnetic, so it just stays there, and I just love this color. It's so girly pop, you know. And I have no complaints about it so far. And then of course the wonderful Pilot Kakuno in the macaron series, and I got this in a medium nib, and it's currently inked with the Pilot black ink. I just love it. It's the lover of many people love this one, and I find it just nice to carry around. It's easy. It's a beginner friendly fountain pen, so this is also a keeper. I love it. Yeah. And then I love this too. They're from a brand called Lanbintou. I carry this a lot because it's very portable, and it reminds me of the Kaweco Spot, but I find this has like, it's full brass. It's a full brass pen, so it writes beautifully. The ink doesn't dry out, so it's one I find myself reaching for quite a lot, you know. I reach for it quite a lot, quite often, especially this gold one because it's inked with black, and black is my favorite ink. I'm just testing out different colors now, but I also have this, and it's currently inked with a Stedler Rose. It's dried out. I've finished it, so it also needs to be cleaned and inked as well. But they're heavy build, and it feels so nice on the hand. I love them. Lanbintou 3062. Beautiful pens, smooth, soft to the hand, and they're amazing. And last but not least, to my Hongdians. So my Hongdians are beautiful. I would say they're my favorite, but I don't want to be biased. I also love the Jinhaos. I also really love the Jinhaos, but the Hongdians are amazing because their nibs are much thinner compared to the Jinhaos, and I don't know, I like longer nibs. So like the Jinhao, the Hongdian M2, it's a brass build. I love it. It's also similar to the Kaweco Spot, but just see how it writes beautifully. So this is the Hongdian M2, currently inked with the Diamine Classic Green. And if you watch my videos, I use this a lot in January because January was pretty green for me. I love it. I have no complaints about this pen. It's gorgeous, and it just feels so classy and nice on the hands. The other one is the Hongdian, let's see, the LT Hongdian 920 in a 2 colorway. I find this pen so nice and so nice to use. A moment of silence for just how beautiful that pen is. I love it. It's light, I find myself leaning towards slim pens sometimes, and it's in the F nib, so you can see it's a pretty thin F nib. And then this was a special edition, and I specially picked it up because one, the flowers gorgeous, but the nib is from 1997, which is the year that I was born. So the nib has an inscription. Let's see if you're able to see that. The nib has an inscription of 1997, and I found it so nice to have it in my collection. It doesn't have a name. I don't know which Hongdian it is, but it was a special edition. It's the Hongdian 1837. Yeah, and I love this long nib. I find myself quite attracted to long nibs like this. This is the Hongdian 1837, currently inked with the Sailor Shimuro, which is also beautiful. Is it Shimuro or Zeruku? One of the two. Yuki Usagi Sailor is this. So it's a Sailor Yuki Usagi. I love this pen. Whenever I feel like I need something for comfort, it's quite heavy on the hand, but I think it's just well balanced on the heaviness. But whenever I feel fancy or like reaching up for a fancy pen in my dark academia mood, I pick this. It's beautiful. It rarely dries out. But yeah, that is a tour on my fountain pens, my slow collection that I'm slowly building. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned for the next video where we might test out some inks, or I can give you an ink tour of the inks that I have so far. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.